Hey guys, Buffalo here. Last week I made a post on my Facebook asking if you could only choose one handgun to do everything with, which one would you choose? Now there are a lot of good options out there, and you guys named several of them in the comments section. But I went on to explain that I would choose the Ruger GP-100 with a 4-inch barrel. Today we're going to take a look at it. The .357 Magnum GP100 from Ruger has a reputation as being tough as nails, built like a tank. That reputation is well deserved. It'll handle any factory loaded .357 Magnum ammunition on the market without some of the wear and tear that a few of the other revolvers are known for. It's also known as the working man's revolver because of the value you get. You get a lot of gun per dollar spent. Now this gun we're taking a look at today is an earlier model. It shipped back in 1988. It's got a few scratches here and there, some nicks and bruises, if you will, just from being used all those years. It actually has the 4-inch barrel. Later on, Ruger went to the 4.2-inch barrel to satisfy some kind of nutty gun laws they have up in Canada so that they could import these pistols. Now you can imagine the amount of lives that have been saved by adding that extra 1/5 of an inch. I mean, it has to be an incredible number. But let's shoot this thing a little bit and we'll talk some more about it. All right guys, here we are at 50 yards. For those of you guys that keep pestering me about using the metric system, that comes out to 150 feet. Shooting some of my 38 special reloads today. They're a fairly warm load. Of course, they're not .357 Magnums, but that's one of the benefits of using this revolver. A wide range of loads from very weak 38 special all the way up to the super stout and heavy .357 Magnums. See if I can hit anything. That's easy enough in single action. Of course, the double action pull is going to be a lot heavier. See if I can hit with it. There's a miss. As long as I take my time, I'm able to hit with the double action trigger pull. All right guys, here we are at 30 yards. It's a much more practical range, at least for my shooting anyway. Now the reason I chose a 4-inch barrel for my do-it-all revolver, it's long enough to give you a good sight radius, and the 4-inch model of the GP100 does come with adjustable sights, so that's really handy to have. And it's long enough to give you a good sight radius, but it's not so long that it gets in the way. If you got creative, you could even conceal carry a 4-inch barrel if you had to or needed to. Well, let's shoot a little bit. I think that's all of them. Yep. Seems to really like these 38 special loads I loaded up. And I guess I should thank my sponsors for this ammo while I'm out here shooting. You know, my sponsors are you guys. You guys watch these videos and like them and share them. Get them out there. that's what gets me back out here, guys. I'll keep making them so long as you guys keep watching them. See if I can hit that little small one. Oh yeah. Let's try a few in double action. Ah, got a miss. There we go. There is just a slight hitch in that double action pull right before the hammer lets go that it kind of throws me, but you know, that's just the way a double action trigger works. Unless you pay for a expensive trigger job or maybe a Smith & Wesson Performance Center, something that's been worked through, you know, that's just the nature of the beast. Another thing I really like about the Ruger GP100 is the way the cylinder locks up. It actually locks up on the crane in the rear of the cylinder instead of at the end of the ejection rod, like on a lot of other revolvers. Gives a little added strength, or at least a little added perceived strength. Seems like it would be stronger that way. Now they are bulky. There's extra metal everywhere, made of stainless steel, of course. But and another thing that I really like about the Ruger, and it really impressed me, is the modular design. It's basically made up of the frame and then about 3 sub-assemblies. You know, you got your trigger and your grip and your cylinder, hammer of course, but it all just comes apart really easy with just a screwdriver and a punch. That really surprised me with a revolver, because I know my Smith & Wessons are a little more intricate than that. So it kind of makes it easier to work on. Of course, the front sight just pops right out. Just press that detent at the end of the muzzle. Front sight scoots right out. You can change it out if you'd like. Rear sights are adjustable. It's kind of hefty, comes in just under 40 ounces. So it does have a little weight to it, but that does help mitigate the recoil of the 357 Magnum rounds if you choose to shoot those in it. I've been shooting 38s today. We shot several 357 rounds in it yesterday, and today I'm shooting up my 38 reloads. Trigger is, we measured the trigger pull. It came in just under 4 pounds on single action, but it breaks really clean and crisp. Couldn't measure the double action trigger pull because my scale doesn't go that high. My scale goes up to 12 pounds, so it's got more pull weight to it than that. But these are great revolvers, and it would be my choice for if it was the only revolver I could have, because it's a great home defense gun, a self-defense gun, camping, hiking, backpacking, all that outdoor stuff. You know, a survival gun even. It shoots a variety of ammo. You could shoot, you know, rat shot or snake shot through it for pests. Low recoil and 38 loads, like cowboy loads, to introduce a young shooter or a new shooter. Or even for myself, you know, I appreciate being able to shoot a gun that doesn't have any recoil. Sure makes me shoot a lot better. Then you've got your big heavy loads that you can take large game with if need be. 357 Magnum, believe it or not, has taken quite a few white-tailed deer over the years. So, and even larger game. I've read stories of people taking even larger game with it. Now, is it perfect for all those situations? Of course not. But it can do it all, and that's why I chose this revolver when I made that statement on Facebook. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk at you again soon. Hey, you guys didn't think I'd leave you without at least trying a few 100-yard shots, did you? And again, 100 yards, if you were going to look that up in metric, it would come to about 300 feet. Keep you metric guys happy. One out of one. See if I can do that again. Two. Oh, there's a miss. What do we do now? And another miss. We're going down swinging. It was fun anyway.